Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen two regulatory bodies, that was SEBI and IRDA. Okay, now SEBI, what it is to do? It is to regulate the securities that are floating in our market, जैसे कि shares हो, debentures हो, both in capital market as well as the money market. Okay, money market छोटा है, लेकिन capital market is regulated by SEBI. Okay, the second thing which we have learned is IRDA. ओके IRDA में हम लोगों ने क्या देखा कि दिस रेगुलेट्स द इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज दैट आर ऑपरेटिंग इन आर कंट्री. ओके, फॉरेन एज वेल एज इंडियन कंपनीज. ओके, बोथ आर रेगुलेटेड अंडर IRDA एक्ट. ओके, सो नाउ इन टूडेज क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू सी जो प्रोविडेंट फंड है. ओके, ना दे ऑल्सो शुड बी रेगुलेटेड, राइट. सो प्रोविडेंट फंड को रेगुलेट करने के लिए और पेंशन फंड को रेगुलेट करने के लिए देर इज़ वन मोर रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी, दैट इज़ प्रोविडेंट फंड रेगुलेटरी डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी, दैट इज़ PFRDA. ओके, PFRDA उसका नाम क्या है? प्रोविडेंट फंड रेगुलेटरी डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी, PFRDA. ओके, नाउ प्रोविडेंट फंड रेगुलेटरी एंड डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी जो है एंड नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम. ओके, सो दिस इज अ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया constituted. Okay, who constituted this? Government of India, with an expert committee for old age social and income securities. Okay, that is OSS. OSS क्या है? ओल्ड एज सोशल एंड इनकम सिक्योरिटीज. मतलब जो ओल्ड पीपल है उनके लिए अगर कुछ इनकम है तो वो क्या है? प्रोविडेंट फंड एंड द पेंशन स्कीम. सो फॉर दोज पीपल देयर वाज वन कमिटी विच वाज सेट अप. ओके, फॉर ओल्ड, OSS बोलते हैं उनको. क्या है वो? ओल्ड एज सोशल एंड इनकम सिक्योरिटीज. सो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड एन एक्सपर्ट कमिटी. ओके, इन द ईयर 1998, which submitted its report in 2000. Okay, so here all the reports were there, and in that report they pointed out that number of elderly people is likely to be 8.9% of the population in 2016 एंड 13.3% इन 2026. मतलब आगे का भी उन्होंने रिपोर्ट बनाया. सो देयर वाज अ नीड दैट समबडी शुड बी रेगुलेटिंग दिस पेंशन फंड, बिकॉज नाउ इन 2016 it is only 8.9, but when it comes to 2026, okay, it will be 13.3. so considering this big percentage, the committee recommended a new pension scheme covering both employees as well as self-employed person. Okay, both, that is people who are employed somewhere and people who are self-employed also. So for those, okay, for both of them, the savings were made by the individuals during their working years, okay, would be used for providing them pension after their retirement age. Okay, so pension works like this. First you have to save your money when you're working, and once you get retired you get the amount. Okay, that is known as pension scheme. So the committee also suggested architecture for the scheme with a PF manager's point of presence and centralized record keeping agency, and also recommended a strong regulatory body. So in accordance with the recommendations, the government of India established a pension fund regulatory and development authority, which is known as PFRDA. Okay, on 23rd August 2003. Okay, so it was recently recommended and established by government of India, that is in 2003. Okay, so by executed date on 10th October 2003, it was mandated to act as a regulatory of pension fund in India. Okay, so whatever pension fund that was operating in India, so it was mandated, मतलब it was made compulsory for them that they regulate the pension fund which is operating in India. Okay, so the authority has been recently granted legal status through PFRDA Act 2003. Okay, 2000 कौन से एक्ट के अंडर it is regulating? It is regulating under Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Act. Okay, 2003. Remember this. Okay, so which came in force in the year 2013 September 19. Okay, so as per this act, authority shall comprise of chairperson. Okay, it will comprise of one chairperson, 3 full-time members and 3 part-time members. Okay, now this act also provide PFRDA will look after national pension system, or any other scheme not regulated by the order of enactment. Okay, so schemes regulated by other enactments like Coal Mine Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1948, Employers Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provident Fund Act 1952. Okay, the Siemens Provident Fund Act 1966, the Assam Tea Plantation Provident Fund and Pension Fund Scheme Act 1955, and Jammu and Kashmir Employees Provident Fund Act 1961 have been excluded from the provision of the act. Are the central government employees appointed before 1st January 2004. Okay, तो यहाँ पे ये जो 2004 के बिफोर जो एम्प्लॉयज़ है उनका ही रेगुलेशन यहाँ पे ऑपरेट होगा. सो दिस इज हाउ दिस PFRDA वर्क. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट लेट्स सी हाउ व्हाट क्वेश्चंस may come for you all. Okay, explain the organization, establishment and working of PFRDA. Okay, so let's see how it is working. So ये जो PFRDA है, give me 1 minute. हाँ, so here first you have to give the introduction. So what introduction you will give? So here in India till recently the concept of retirement planning was restricted to the organized sector only. That means it was only for salaried class, the people who are earning salary only, it was restricted for that purpose. But now there was such no arrangement which was made for unorganized workforce. Okay, so there was no मतलब ऐसा कुछ प्लान नहीं बनाया था कि अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर को भी पेंशन फंड का what you call they get the advantage of this pension fund. Then to enable the individual to plan and prepare for the post retirement life, the pension regulatory authority fund and development authority was organized. Okay, so organization of PFRDA. So how it was organized? So PFRDA is authorized by Ministry of Finance, Department of Financial Service. Okay, so it is authorized by whom? Ministry of Finance and Department of Financial Service. And PFRDA promotes old age income securities by establishing, developing and regulating pension funds and protects the interest of the subscribers to the scheme of pension fund and related matters. Okay, then PFRDA is responsible for the appointment of various intermediaries agencies such as Central Record Keeping Agency, that is CARA, pension fund managers, custodian, NPCS and trustee banks. Okay, so these are some of the appointed intermediaries who will look after the record. Okay, first one is who? Central Record Keeping Agency, that is CRA. Next is pension fund managers custodian, and the third one is NPCS trustee bank. Okay, so how was the establishment of PFRDA? Wait. So establishment of PFRDA. PFRDA was set up as a trust under the Indian Trust Act 1882. Okay, to oversee the function of the pension fund managers. Okay, that is PMFMS. Okay, then National NPCS, that is National Provident Fund Scheme Trust, is composed of members representing diverse field and brings wide range of talents to the regulatory framework. Okay, then Union Parliament passed an IPRDA, Interim Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Bill in February 2003 as a budget announcement approved by the 10 President of India. Okay, then Professor APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, under the guidance of whom? President of India, Professor APJ Abdul Kalam. So this was meant to be in place till the final and the foolproof system was prepared. Okay, it was reapproved and implemented in the way acceptable to the political parties in India, including the opposition also. Okay, Tamil Nadu was the first state to become who implemented this National Provident Fund scheme for a newly appointed employees for the financial year 2003-4 under the chief ministership of Jayalalitha. Okay, so under the chief ministership, Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to appoint newly appointed employees in the financial year to implement them under this NPCS scheme. Okay, in September 2013, the President Pranab Mukherjee gave the assent to the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Bill of 2013, which was passed in the monsoon session of the Parliament as on 4th in the LS and the 6th in the RS of the September 2013 to make it in a Parliament Act of Indian Constitution. Okay, so there was a bill which was passed in the monsoon session of the Parliament. So this foolproof and reapproved bill with the acceptance from all the political parties in India has replaced the old and imperfect IPRDA bill of 2003. So in 2003 this bill was not perfect, but in 2013 the bill which was passed was accepted by all the political parties. Okay, so it has been published in the Gazette of India's Extraordinary Part 2 Section 1 dated 19 September Thursday 2013 as a Act number 23 of 2013. Okay, the President of India is the guardian of PFRDA of India, subject to his financial emergency powers as per the articles of Indian Constitution. PFRDA now has a fully autonomy and functioning independently from the financial year 2014-15. So it is an independent regulatory organization. Okay. Now how is the working and the functions of PFRDA takes place? Okay. So PFRDA shall perform promotion. Okay, it has to perform promotional, developmental and regulatory functions relating to the pension fund. Okay, so ये तीन function उनको perform करना है, that is it has to do promotional, developmental and regulatory functions relating to the pension fund through regulations or guidance. Okay, so these are the functions which the PFRDA has to perform. Now proposed function and working is described in the following point, that is regulating the NPS, educating and subscribers and general public on issue relating to the pension fund and training intermediaries, adjudicating disputes between intermediaries as well as between intermediaries and subscribers, establishing mechanism for grievances redressal and the subscriber. So these are the working of the PFRDA. Okay, now let's see what is NPS. Okay, I was talking about NPS, so let's see how was NPS. So before that I will tell you about how was PFRDA before. Okay, so before PFRDA, that is before Provident Regulation Act which was established, benefits of the pension was limited to the government sector only. Okay, only government sectors used to get the income. Then this was fixed benefit system scheme as it meant giving fixed sum to its employees on the basis of the length of service and last pay drawn. Okay, so based on their service and the payment which was drawn last at the age of retirement, last day पे कौन सा draw किया, based on that the pension was fixed. Okay, however, as the pension has to be paid out of the out of the government fund as at a much higher rate than the contribution, as the number of retired employees steadily grew. Okay, जैसे जैसे employment grew होने लगा, pension started becoming a burden on the government encourager. Okay, government के ऊपर burden होने लगा. So here small section of the organized private sector received some amount in the form of provident fund and some other benefits. So however no pension was available to the employees apart from this amount. Okay, so however this section constituted a small part of the population and sizable section of the population did not give any social security scheme to fall back on their old age. Okay, so this problem requires devising of the scheme in which the employees or any other individual could provide for its own pension through savings made on during his working years. Okay, so this was before PFRDA. Then there was a national pension system that was set up. Okay, so in order to address this problem of government initiated the national pension system. Now this system is fixed contribution scheme, and the amount of benefit received by the employees at the time of retirement depends upon the amount contributed by the employees and the wealth earned after the investment of its contribution. Okay, the scheme was made mandatory for all those employees that have been entered in the service from 1/4/2004. Okay, so here यहाँ पे ये जो है there was some features which was relating to new pension scheme, that is NSDL e-Governments Infrastructure Limited has been made the central recording agency, and Bank of India is function as the trustee bank of the scheme. So the first feature is what, central recording agency जो है e-Governments NSDL e-Governments Infrastructure Limited was the central recording agency, and Bank of India was who, trustee bank of this of this organization, that was new age pension scheme. Then this scheme was available for Indian citizens only and is being looked after by the NPCS Trust, Central Recording Agency, trustee bank, asset holding company, pension fund managers, point of presence, annuity service provider, and other entities of the scheme. Okay, then just a minute. Then लेकिन है it the number of pension fund managers has not been restricted and updated from time to time. Okay, then each individual will open an account with the pension fund manager and select a scheme. Each scheme will have two tiers. First shall be a mandatory non-renewable pension account for which minimum contribution should be 500 per contribution, and minimum contribution per annum should be 6,000, and every subscriber shall have to make at least one contribution per annum. Okay, a tier 2 account will be optional withdrawal account and aim to provide liquidity to the beneficiary. However, the active tier 1 account is a prerequisite for opening the tier 2. Okay, remember this NPCS ka. Okay, then the existing NPCS, a fixed amount in the account of the subscriber would be used to buy annuity, which would provide pension to the beneficiaries for the rest of their life. Okay, percentage of this amount would depend upon the age of the subscribers exist. Okay, that is, in case of death, whole amount would be given to his nominee. Okay, then service providers like central record keeping agency, point of presence, trustee bank, pension fund managers, etc. are entitled to certain charges which either collected upfront or from deductions from the NVAs. Okay, then after the document जो document है of the scheme makes an amply clear that there is no guarantee of the scheme and the investment are subject to market and other risk. There is no guarantee that investment objectives shall be achieved. Okay, another model of national pension scheme is NPCS Lite was launched to lower income people in 2010. One can register in the scheme with a minimum contribution of 100. There is no annual minimum subscription. Through the offer documents recommends that contribution of at least 1000 per annum should be made. The scheme is simpler and lower administrative charges. In order to promote NPCS among the unorganized workers, the government has launched Swalambanam scheme. Okay, the government will contribute 1000 per annum in the NPCS account of the subscriber for 4 years starting from 2010-11 onwards, which subject to conditions that the per annum contribution subscribers scheme should be minimum 1000 and maximum 12,000. Okay, the order of popularize NPCS among corporate NPCS corporate model was launched in December 2011. This model would provide a platform to the corporate to contribute the pension fund of the employees, while the corporate would be granted tax exemptions and employees would have better choice of investment of their fund. Okay, so these were the features of NPCS scheme. So here this was the data which was related to the present status of PFRDA. Okay, so uh, this is the data you should know about PFRDA.